Stories untold, tales that we've spun, quite a few missing, where have they gone? Come and fill your mind with ghosts of the past, now that we're breaking bad. 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 Hello and welcome back to Breaking Bad. Hello everyone. Hope you're all okay. We have got another episode review, and today I'm joined by our lovely guest, Maeve Rose Sally. Hello, Maeve. Welcome. How are you?
Hi. I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. I'm quite tired, but as I was just telling you, I'm very happy because I got a ticket to go see Rosalia tomorrow. So I'm drinking Sauvignon Blanc in her honour. Cheers to that. Can't wait.
Cheers. I'm extremely jealous. You cannot imagine. Yeah.
I know. It's going to be so good. I just thought, I've loved this album so much. Looks, it's been such a good album that I'm like, I need to see her doing this album because it will never be the same. I can't wait. And to see
I
the
so
London,
know what you mean. Yeah.
like all of the, I've seen obviously a lot of it on TikTok and stuff, but yeah, it looks like such an amazing
It's not
show.
comparable. It's going to be amazing. One of our friends, Garros, went to see her and said it was amazing.
Really?
She said she was quite far away, so was like, oh, you know, but I mean, you still get the experience of it all, don't you? And it's annoying because when the tickets came out, I don't think I did really like it, but it was one of those, like, it was October. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be in March, like where I'm going to be in March. I don't obviously live in London or Paris, so it's like, you know, can I commit to being there at that time? And was just kind of like, oh, I don't think I can. And now I'm kind of annoyed that I didn't.
It's that thing.
But,
it's that one thing I have learned, and you know me. I've put a bit of money, like when we saw Gaga, or when I've been to people, Mo and Björk, whatever. It's that thing that I've learned that, like, I will never regret money or time spent on a good artist show. Like, you just forget how much you paid. And I remember telling you reminded me how much we paid for Gaga, and I was like, what? We paid that much?
I know. No, I would agree with you. I guess it's more the like logistics of it for me, because I'm not like there. So it's like, oh, you know, then you have to get the flights, you have to, like, you know, I don't know if I'm working, like, whatever, you know, it's kind of all a lot. But I'm excited for you.
Thank you so much. Gracias. I can't wait to be, I think I'm in the pit too, so I think the orchestra isn't far. So when she comes over and she does the old flamenco songs and stuff.
Awesome.
So yeah, so that's that. And then just glad to have you back since Rosaline. It was a great episode.
Yeah, thank
that was
you.
really fun. Actually, my friend Ruben, he listened to episode 1 today, and he sent me a message saying, Maeve, don't take this the wrong way, but Maeve has a very sexy voice. You know, she was like, she could make money with that voice, you know?
Okay, that's nice. And that's a good crash course on our relationship, I think, that episode.
I did say to him, I was like, you need to learn the law. This is the law that you will be learning.
Did you, you should send him those ASMR outtakes that I sent you.
Oh my God, yes. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I love it.
Maybe make a career out of being some ASMR.
I think you could. I mean, there's definitely...
Not the lip smacking.
Yeah, let's get that money. Breaking ears? I don't Anyway, cheers. Have you got a little drink, or are you going?
I've got myself a little beer.
Oh, the old...
Out the fridge. It's the old classic. It's Tuesday night, you know, I haven't got a bottle open, so...
No, makes sense.
All I could work with, yeah.
I love it. Since we have spoken, you have a new member again to the family.
I know. Yeah. we're quickly expanding in animals. We're now outtake. Yeah, I'm also quite tired because we are almost 3 weeks into having a new dog, which is so exciting. I love him so much. But hey, you got to get up early, you know, that wee-wee's not going to do itself.
It's going to be absorbed back into the body.
Exactly, gotta be let
Bless.
out, you know. So
And his
yeah,
name is Sparky.
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 Yeah. He's a rescue. He's still quite young. Every single person that's met him so far has gone, oh, il est jeune, hein? Which means, oh, he's young, isn't he? So it's like, that's the sentence.
Oh.
So yeah, he's a young little rescue and he doesn't know anything. So we've got to teach it all from scratch, which
I
is
love that.
bit of a learning curve for us all, but he's so cute.
But you guys are doing it together as it's your first like proper dog. It's like really cute that you're his first humans. Oh.
No, well, we don't know. I mean, he might have had other humans, but I don't think they're very good to him. They've just left
So
him
first
outside.
nice humans then. Fantastic.
Exactly.
Brilliant. Well, I think without further ado, I am going to get into the story. Do you have any guesses what
Let's
the
do it.
story
I was
could
going to
be?
say, I have actually no idea what we're doing today. I've had no hints. I've had no information whatsoever. It could be anything.
Amazing. Okay, well, I'm going to send you in the chat now that I know. Here's a Google Doc. And before you can open it and look at the first picture, but before you react, you can look. I'm going to start with an intro. So, imagine the scene. You've just walked past the great marble pillars guarding the entrance to the British Museum, and you happen upon this bust of a Roman emperor. His face is proud, his beard tightly curled, his hair carved in perfect rings, his skin rendered in smooth white marble. But there's a problem. This man, one of the most successful emperors Rome ever produced, wasn't white. He was North African, and history has largely forgotten that. So if you go to the second picture, you can see.
Yay, nice beard.
Nice beard. So today we're diving into a subject that should help boost this podcast's male audience, as apparently this is what most men think about weekly. Yep, you guessed it. We're talking about the Roman Empire. Insert Roman fanfares.
I love it. That will boost the numbers for sure.
It will. So get out your toga and your sandals and fire up your toilet with running water, because we're going to be exploring the life of Emperor Septimius Severus.
Ooh, I love this.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for this. Was the Roman Empire your Roman Empire? Do you regularly think about the Roman Empire?
My Roman Empire is ancient Egypt, I think, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's weird, isn't it? It's such a random thing when that came out that everyone thinks about it. And I do think about it. And we actually mentioned in the episode that came out today with Curtis, Curtis Ryan Woodside, he says at one moment, he was like, people, forget Rome. They're always going on about the Empire of Rome, but actually the Romans stole everything from the Greeks, who stole everything from the Egyptians. Like, so many things. He's like, sure, you invited toilets, but apart from that, like, so much of our culture, rituals, etc., actually comes from ancient 100%. Egypt.
I love me some Greeks. But I guess the Roman Empire, I mean, first of all, I'm always, like, completely lost with the timelines, right? Because it spans a long time, and there's the empire, there's the fall of the empire, there's the republic, there's the thing, where is Caesar and all this? They invaded all the things. I'm like, don't ask me too deeply about it, because I'd say like every 6 months, maybe to every year, I try and look up a timeline and try and work it out for myself. And one of the times when you end up talking about inevitably about the Roman Empire, and it just doesn't stick for me. But
it's a difficult one. It spans so long, and as you're right, there's so many different kind of I guess variations of it, and as we'll see in this, so many different lands. And that's what's really interesting about this man Septimius Severus. So yeah, let's get into his early life. So he has a brilliant name, Lucius Septimius Severus Pertinax.
Oh, hello.
And he was born on April the 11th, 146 AD, making him an Aries, which explains a lot. And literally, when I Googled, the first line on Google about an Aries was, a person born on the 11th of April is a real leader, mostly because of their ability to put themselves in other people's shoes. Or in this case, I guess, sandals.
Are horoscopes relevant? Did they exist back then? They're based on
I mean, no, this is my modern take of an Aries, but
No,
it's just
yeah,
funny
yeah,
that
I
they think it's a leader.
understand, but-
Well, I don't know when astrology.
Well, it's like
I
the
believe,
stars,
yeah, of
right?
course.
And there's a lot of
Yeah.
crossover with mythology.
Yeah, they would have. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like they're all
No,
signs.
who knows?
They're
I don't
all,
know.
Aries and all that. They're all named after.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's say it borrows. Yeah, but I mean the science as we know of it today. I'm sure not. But okay. So what was that? 100 and something AD.
146 AD.
Okay. And can you tell me at all where this is within the context of,
Yes.
the Roman Empire?
Yes, of course. So basically, from 27 BCE, there was the Julio-Claudian dynasty, which featured great names as Augustus, Tiberius, Caligula, Claudius, and Nero.
There's the ones we talk about, yeah.
The ones that we all know about. Then 68 to 96 CE, so, a couple decades later, you've got the year of the four emperors and the Flavian dynasty. So you've got Galba, Vitellius, Otho, Titus, Domitian. And then we are coming into... then there's the five good emperors, which was known as the Nerva-Antonine dynasty from 96 to 180 CE. And basically, this is where we are about kind of in there. You've got the Severan dynasty and the 3rd century, so Commodus, basically. So our guy is born in the... Our guy is born in 146 AD, so he is born during the Antoninus Pius, basically. And as he grew up under the Emperor Marcus Aurelius.
Marcus Aurelius from Gladiator, famously.
Exactly, and Commodus from Gladiator, the son of Marcus Aurelius. We'll get into that because there is a mention. So that's where we are. Does that situate?
Glad we watched Gladiator last year. That helps a lot. Thank you so
brilliant.
much.
Okay, so he was born back then, and he was born in a place called Leptis Magna, which is today's Western Libya. So he was a true North African. His mother was Italian and his father was Punic. So Punic was a term that kind of gets tossed around back in this time, meaning basically that he was of North African Carthaginian descent. At one moment it was the Phoenicians as well, but it's people who lived in the Levant and the kind of North Africa. It was like if you're not from Europe, they called you Punic, basically, is my understanding of it. Sorry if it's wrong. So contrary to popular belief, the Roman world is a Mediterranean empire with multiple ethnicities, languages, and cultures. And Septimius, for one, was very proud of his North African heritage. So he wouldn't have actually faced much discrimination for his skin colour, as on top of all of that, he was reputed to be the type of guy that if you missed him or crossed him, he would throw you to the lions as soon as he heard one bad word. So... So a bit about his family. His grandfather was the person who helped his family rise. His name was also Septimius Severus, and is the first person in his family to become a senator and travel to Rome. So his granddad, he got into the whole kind of, I'm going to work the system, get into Rome, and he became a senator. So his father, who some would have expected to continue, the family reputation for ambition, actually had a rather quiet life, which makes some historians point to him perhaps being ill. So he didn't pick up the whole, we're doing this. Maybe he was like a hippie guy who was like, fuck the empire.
Maybe he was just pretty chill, know?
He was like,
ill.
It's not me. He's ill.
He's like, he must be ill.
He must be ill.
He must be ailing.
He just must be ill. He wouldn't pick it up, Live in a toga. So Septimius basically was the one who picked up that mantle or that toga. And I guess he was the youngest child. And quite, I don't know if it was the name made him or, what came first, the name or the ambition to make his granddaddy proud, but he would. So, although we don't know much about his childhood, it's safe to presume he would have had a privileged upbringing with access to a good education, likely in Latin, possibly Greek, preparing him for a career in law and politics. So, his family status with members already in the Senate suggests he was raised with clear expectations to enter public life. And at some point, as a young man, he moved to Rome to begin that career.
Okay.
So that's when we kind of start properly hearing about him, when he becomes a senator in his early 20s under the reign of good old Marcus Aurelius. So it's likely through a thing called cursus honorum, honourable course, which was basically, I think, the formal way to get into the boys' club. You know, you applied to do this course, took you a couple of years, and then you were instantly basically in the Senate, and it got you into that, which is super important because once you're a senator, that means you're basically in the top 0.5 of Roman society.
Yeah,
Like,
you're the big cheese.
You're one of the
Was
big
it a position
cheese.
for life? I mean, how does it work?
I think so. I think so. Position for life, or until, you know, they
You
don't
just
live
once
long.
you are. I mean, it's wild when you think, like, this 100. I mean, fuck knows where England was in all of this. I mean, it's like still the Anglo-Saxons, right? I mean, not to spit on the Anglo-Saxons or whatever, but you know, like the Senate, like all these words and structures of society, which, you know, it feels and sounds more modern or advanced than you think it is.
It's crazy.
Which is why I guess we talk about them so much.
I think that is, that's the appeal, isn't it? It's like, while some people were doing these things, these people were doing these kind of, they were great at organization. I'll show you a map later about like the lands and territory, and it's like, okay, say what you want about them. They could, you know, to rule that much, it's kind of bad. But we will actually speak about Britain later. So,
ooh, exciting.
So on top of becoming, you know, part of Roman society, he's also got the skills to kind of back it up. He is a good networker. He's a great lawyer. He was very clever, good politician, and a military leader. So he was born for this shit. He was like Eton baby. You know, not just he got in because of his privilege, but
the upper class, yeah, like kind of.
He was ready for that.
Eton baby. It's very much, nepotism.
It's nepotism for sure. So as he rises through politics and is given more responsibility, he's sent first to Syria, modern-day Syria, to command a legion against the Parthians, who were Romans' great rivals at the time. And there he meets a man named Pertinax, who himself was the son of a slave and but was on the rise politically. So his father was a slave, but he was freed, and then he made a name for him, and then his son got into the same thing, and he was like on the rise. He was the Rosalie of the time. He was coming up. People like he's doing great things. And actually, Pertinax, I don't know if you remember, that was one of Septimius Severus's names, because he would become his great patron, or his mentor, basically.
So he takes on his name when he is his patron?
Yeah, I think it was kind of, I don't know all the specifics, but Wikipedia had that name, and I believe that was, I think, you know, with the pederasty as well, that kind of how they used to, well, pederasty was that whole thing of like, young men would have a mentor, right? And they would teach them politics, but they would also have sex with them. So that's where the whole culture du corps comes from. And it was kind of like, you know, they were younger boys, and it was like younger boys and the older men, and it was like, we'll show you how to do politics and sex, and then it's like, once you've become a man, pedophilia basically, but politically approved.
Different times.
Well, some would say.
Well, no, fair dues.
Some would say that systemic paedophilia could be...
Same time.
Same time. So towards the end of 190, right, Septimius becomes governor. So quick maths, hang on. 116, did I say? 190 minus 106.
That's old.
Yeah, we've taken a jump, baby. Early career, last... Oh no, 146, sorry.
Ah oui, I was going to say it'd be like 70.
Well, he's 44. So, you know, it's kind of that thing.
Strong age.
A strong age. So, towards the end of 190, around 44 years old, Septimius becomes governor of a whole legion, which was near the Danubian frontier.
Oh,
And
hello.
this frontier refers to the Roman military frontier, which lies along the River Danube in present-day Germany, Austria, Slovakia, Hungary, Croatia, Serbia, Bulgaria, and Romania. So it's kind of
Bulgawit.
Bulgawit and Romania. And so it's, above the Balkans and all that kind of Central Europe, they were other kind of tribes and shit going on. And Rome was like, we got this bit. So it's a pretty...
So they had below the Danube?
They had below the Danube, exactly.
Right.
So all of that area, that was his legion that he was looking after. So after doing Syria...
Pretty wide.
Very wide. So it's a pretty dangerous and volatile area, but that helps him gain political and military renown, or renown.
Renown, yeah.
Thank you. Suave. Suave.
And I think it is swaths, isn't it?
It is suave, and I hear it all the time now. And when I hear other
Me
podcasts,
too.
and I'm like, suave.
It sounds wrong that
so
it's
wrong,
swaths, though.
but so
It should be
right.
swathes.
It should be. So, but to understand what happens next, we need to take a step back and look at the bigger Roman picture.
Please.
So, this little chapter that I've named is called The Fall and Rise of a Mad Emperor.
Oh, fall and rise.
The rise and fall.
Rise and fall.
Well, because it's actually fall and
That's
then...
okay.
Well, actually, no, it's the rise
Oh,
and
no,
fall.
well, there you go.
Yeah, it makes more sense.
The rise.
The rise. Well,
Of a mad emperor.
Well, the fall of a mad emperor and the rise of another. That would be more on it.
Right. No, but you're, I see why you shortened it.
Thank you. And also, I must admit, I literally finished this episode today. We've gone back to the first Breaking Bad. I got to work today thinking that I'd done it, and I looked and it was all just notes. And so today, but then...
Yeah, I thought you had it in the bag.
Well, me too.
You've been putting this off for weeks.
I know. And then I looked and I was like, oh shit, this is like 30% ready.
Not ready.
So I literally, like, the end is actually still just notes. But guess what, girl?
We'll see how we go.
We'll see how it goes. It's like going back to the first Breaking Bads, when I'd end it in the day and you'd walk in and I'd be like, right, let's go.
Shattered.
Exactly. So it's the end of a certain mad emperor called Commodus. And yes, he was played by Joaquin Phoenix in Gladiator.
Gladiator.
Sorry. In Gladiator.
Gladiator.
So Gladiator.
You've seen Gladiator.
Of course I have. I love it. It's so beautiful. How can you not like it?
It really is. I saw it
Fantastic.
only for the first time in my life, like last year.
You're kidding.
And I'm actually glad for the context of this episode that I have seen it. Yeah, it's one of those passed me by. We had it on DVD, but I think I was a bit young, and then just never got around to it.
That's so
and
mad.
I went into it expecting something different, I think, and it was so much more beautiful than I expected it to be. And really, yeah.
Yeah, it's got a lot of
She
soul,
cuts deep.
doesn't it? Yeah, it has.
It does. It's like the epitome of, when was it? Like early 2000s, late 90s. Was it earlier? 90? I don't want to speak ill.
2000, right on the dot.
Right, bang on, right. So 2000, that era of film, which was
A true new era.
less, if it was made now, well, they did actually, didn't they? They made Gladiator 2, which
I've heard.
it
didn't have that
wasn't
soul.
bad. It didn't have the soul. It was action, boom, boom, all about the gladiator fights, all about the big, fight scene, CGI. But actually, yeah, I think films of that era, maybe a bit too cheesy in part, but they had soul. And
God, that scene, the scene of when he comes and his wife and child have been burned, strung up those olive trees.
Yeah.
It's so sad. Speaking of,
I know.
Wait, some olives.
Hey,
I'm going real.
olivos, aceituna.
Al-Zitun. Bismillah.
I love that.
We're
And
going
the
Greek.
wheat, I didn't realize how many, the references to that wheat scene are in everything, absolutely everything, which obviously would have always passed me by. Apart from maybe Quentin being like, oh yeah, it's a gladiator thing, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like blah, blah, blah. And now I've seen it, I'm like, it's in literally everything. There's so many references. Anytime there's a shot of someone walking through some long grass
With
or
their
whatever and
hand.
like running
Yeah,
their fingers,
running their
you know,
fingers.
it's like iconic.
It's crazy. As soon as you said wheat, I just saw the hand. Like I can see it
Yeah.
so well.
And the music, the score's beautiful.
The score's beautiful. Well, our friend Hans Zimmer, isn't it? Isn't it?
It might be.
Hang on. Music. Hans Zimmer.
It is. Well done, of course. And Ridley Scott, isn't it? Of
Yeah.
course, director.
Fantastic. That's how you do it, people. And this is how I want this episode to be. In the artistry of that universe. So, Joaquin Phoenix is Emperor Commodus, and he is an awful emperor. He literally loves throwing people to the lions and has essentially bankrupted the whole empire.
Ah, silly person.
Silly, silly man. But then comes New Year's Eve, 192 CE. And basically, this is where the story goes crazy. So, Emperor Commodus is planning something extreme. He's drawing up lists of people to be executed, many of them to be thrown into the arena. He's had a tiff. He's like, do you know what? Fuck you, and fuck you, and fuck you. And shockingly, the list includes members of his own inner circle. His Chamberlain, his Chamberlain, or Chamberlain, the Praetorian prefect, so the Praetorians were like the military kind of thing, and his mistress. So yeah, kind of.
Is he like a paranoid android? Or
I
what's
think
going on?
I think it's giving paranoia.
It's like legacy people from Daddy, and he's like, I don't trust you.
Yeah, with the
To the lions.
To the lions.
Maybe he just liked seeing. Yeah,
he really did.
it's all about the lions.
Exactly. I wonder what star sign he was. Star sign. I bet.
I'm sure you could find out.
Oh yeah. He was born August 31st, 161 AD, making his star sign Virgo. Oh, Augustus adopted Capricorn as a lucky sign. However...
Adopted? What do you mean?
Yeah, so they were all about it. They loved it.
They were all about... But you can't adopt... What do you mean adopted? Like, he was like, oh, I don't want to be a Virgo. I'm just going to adopt a new star sign. How does that work?
Maybe he wasn't doing it. It's like, what's your sun? What's your moon? He was just like, I love Capricorn. It's my lucky sign. That's his lucky sign.
Oh, but I guess maybe they, like, gave them godly meaning or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Absolutely, I guess. Yeah.
So he's like, oh, Capricorn is my, you know.
That's my, you know.
Yeah.
Even though he's not.
My, what's my protector, whatever, you know. That.
Yeah. My North Star.
And they chose Capricorn. Wow.
I know. Well, I guess you've got to be quite organised to throw so many people in the lions.
He bankrupts the empire.
Yeah,
Doesn't
true.
sound organised.
Doesn't sound
to
like
me.
a Capricorn to me. Sounds like a Virgo. So realising these people are marked for their death, they decide to act first. They're like, hell no. So that evening, it's New Year's Eve. He's been boozing all day.
Is it the same calendar? Do they celebrate?
It was the Julian calendar, isn't it?
Because I'm throwing lots of questions. So.
Yeah, no, this is what you're here for, darling. Yeah, it would have been it's the Julian calendar, so yeah.
Well done, Julian. You knew
Well
it.
done. Yeah, it was. Jesus, I'm so good. No, joking. So
The Julian.
Julian. So he'd been boozing all day, and it was like, get me my wine, give me my olives. Mistress decides to slip a bit of poison into his sweet meats. They were eating sweet meats. Sweet meats. That's literally it. His sweet meats. And so he has these poisoned sweetmeats, and
excellent.
He's like eating it, starts like burping, starts getting all gassy.
Runs to the vomitorium.
Runs to have a bath, actually.
Vomitorium.
Love that. But the plan doesn't work, either because of the alcohol he's been drinking, or he sweated it all out in his bath. He vomits, runs to the vomitorium, and comes out the survivatorium. He survives.
No way. That's hardy. That is. That's
Yep.
like when you eat some like manky fish
cheese.
or whatever.
Yeah, manky
and
prawns.
Manky cheese.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
oof.
A bad prawn.
A bad oyster.
Oh,
Oh,
bad
let's
oyster will
not.
fuck you up.
It
yeah.
will. So he's like, fuck me. Well, it's still New Year's Eve. The party keeps going. So that's plan A. Fails. So the mistress is like, fuck. Everyone's like, fuck. What are we going to do?
At least he didn't clock, I guess.
No, he was too drunk. He was like, these
What even
sweetmeats are
is a
quite off.
sweet meat? What is the sweet meat?
Sweet meat is basically, I believe, a bit like when
It's
we
fruit,
used to have...
isn't it?
Yeah, it's like the mince pies, you know? Like, I think it would meat that they, like, put, like, sweetness or, like, honey and sweet meat.
But is it actually meat, or was it not just like stuff that was like cosplaying as meat, and actually it's like fruit?
Yep,
Like
so
dried
sweet
raisins
meat
and shit.
is a variety of treats and desserts, often utilizing honey, fruit, and nuts rather than refined sugars. Exactly. You got it, girl. She knows
I know my sweet meat.
She knows the sweet meat.
Not my first sweet meat.
Rodeo. So the conspirators panic. If he recovers, they're dead. I mean, they were going to die anyway, so why not go out with a shebang? So they move to plan B. While after Commodus gets out of his bath, trying to sweat out the rest of his poison,
What a wild move to go and take a bath like mid New Year's Eve party. Like that's proper emperor behavior.
Oh,
right?
yeah. It's like, fuck this, I'm having a bath. I mean, that would be me.
You'd do that.
I
yeah,
would. I'm a
for sure.
huge bath boy. Bath boy! Feel that double up.
I want a bath.
I had a bath thanks to... Oh, you're going to get a shout out, neighbour Chris. Chris let me have a bath at his place.
Ooh.
It's been
I think
just been a year.
You don't own a bath and you take more baths than me.
Well, that means something wrong is wrong with you.
Something's wrong. Yeah, my boiler's wrong.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We're still
Doesn't
not...
feel
Yeah,
like a
you
bath.
still haven't... No.
No, but to be fair, now the weather's warmer, I think we could get away with it. It's worse in the winter, so maybe
But
I
you
should
want a
try.
hot bath.
It needs to be boiling
It
hot.
needs
There's
to
nothing
be-
worse than a disappointing bath. When you
No.
run it all, you waste all that water,
You get
and then
in.
it's lukewarm.
No. I mean...
And it will last 15 minutes and then you're cold.
Yeah,
And you're like,
so-
I'm just sat in a swimming pool. Yeah, so, you know.
That's what at Chris's bath, I put it on. I think I did it to 38, 39. And I got in, and as soon as you don't put your leg in, and it's like, I need to wait.
Oh, it needs to be scalding. You need to get like the sweats.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
like hyperventilate almost
Yeah, yeah.
because you can't breathe because
Almost
it's so
pass
hot.
out.
Like you're boiling alive.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, so what I do is I unplugged a bit and then just put it to 45 degrees.
Top up. Yeah, I don't mind going in and then you top up with hot while you're in.
Yeah,
you know.
that's true. Yeah, because you can
That's
feel
nice.
it, and then you have to do the hand waves to wave the water back
yeah,
to
yeah,
behind
do
you.
the spinning.
Yeah, it's like you're in your own flume.
God, it reminds me of being a kid and like you did the tourbillon, right?
Yeah.
Tourbillon.
Yeah,
You just did a whirlpool, like taking a
whirlpool.
bath with like your brother as a kid, and you're like,
Yeah,
you
so
just
true.
or when you walk around the pool, you know.
Yeah. This is
You've
so
done that.
spot
There's little
on.
small pools so you can stand up it and you just like make a massive whirlpool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. we used to
And then
love
you
doing
change, you switch.
that. Change direction, let yourself go. Woo!
Oh, yeah, that's great. Oh, I want
love
to do that.
Me too. We should when we go on holiday next. But it's so great because, I mean, they invented baths, didn't they? So, they invented the bath culture.
They did?
Didn't Caldarium? Well, I mean...
No, that's true. Well, let's say they had a bath culture.
They
but
had a very... Yeah, sorry. They didn't invent bath or bath culture, but...
maybe they did. I don't know. But then, like, the hammam and the Arab baths
yes.
and stuff would have been
they
around for a while.
It's true, but they were more kind of like heat. Hang on. Did Romans...
I think they had bath.
culture.
Well, no, in the Romans, they stole it off someone.
The Romans did not invent bath culture, but they adopted, improved, and spread it throughout their empire. Early bath traditions existed in the Indus Valley and were significantly developed in Greece before the Romans copied them.
Greece, got ya.
Yeah. So baths. So he's coming out of his bath, and someone else is in the room, hidden behind a curtain. You can't make it fucking up. You can't make it up.
How do they know this?
I know. Well, this is what I'm telling you. hidden behind a curtain is his professional wrestling trainer named Narcissus. It sounds like the start of a weird bad joke, doesn't it? So he's hiding. He comes out. Yeah, he comes out of the curtain. He comes out from behind the curtain, Narcissus, and he strangles Emperor Commodus, killing him around just shortly before midnight.
Wow, go on, Narcissus the wrestler. He just went for it.
He was like, the sweetmeats didn't work.
I'll be your sweetmeat.
Take my sweetmeat.
Teabagging him. Sorry.
No, of course.
Apologies.
No, this is what they come for. So when Commodus's or Joachim, Joachim, how do you pronounce it? Joaquin. Sorry, Joaquin. It was Spanish.
Joaquin, I think. Well, I don't think you do the ha. I think it's like the Americanized,
Joaquin.
But Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin, even,
no?
with an N.
Is he American?
I think so. Right? For his
I'm pretty sure Joaquin.
Joaquin. Well, Narcissus had just been Joaquin. Commodus.
Oh, Joaquin you over the head.
So he's been Joaquined right over the head. And his body is found around midnight. Dong, dong, dong. Oh, the curtain. Someone must have been behind the curtain. Wait, he didn't finish his bath. Oh, the sweetmeats. It's all going crazy. People, putting their sandals on, running about. People rush to tell the mayor of Rome. And guess who the mayor of Rome is?
Oh, there's a mayor.
There's a mayor. And he is Pertinax, Severus's patron and good mentor.
Yes.
So they rush to him to be made emperor. So.
Oh.
Yes. So,
they rushed to Severus, right? Okay.
No, sorry, to Pertinax.
No, to Pertinax.
Yeah. So they rush to him and they're like,
because he's the mayor.
Because he's the mayor. And basically,
right.
What I've figured out is when an emperor dies, if you just go, I'm mayor now, I'm emperor now, then you're it. Like,
but you need the backing.
You need the backing. Right? It's all about the backing.
This is it. It would be the most popular and the most it's well, I guess it is an empire, but it's not like blood, it's not like monarchies where it's like not, your son gets it. It's literally like
hereditary line.
No, it's just like whoever's the next best popular, who has people in their pockets, who's been talking to the right people, playing the right games.
And of course, all of the people who are emperors are like, this would be my successor. But then when that person's dead, everyone's like, fuck your successor.
Oh, it's a free-for-all, for sure. Unless this is, yeah. Well, it's support, politics.
It's all about support. So, everyone rushes to Pertinax and he is made emperor. So he was an all-round good guy by all accounts, and being the son of an enslaved man who was set free, he had a story, people admired him, and he was slid into the role and did well. Sorry. So first thing he did,
he was slid where?
Slid right into the forum, into Rome's role. So the first thing he did was a flash sale of Commodus's stuff.
No, stop it! Yeah. That's so trashy.
I love it.
That's like selling your ex-husband stuff on Craigslist.
To the left, all of Emperor Commodus, the shit to the left. Hey. So yeah, he's basically Beyonce. He's saying this man was bad for all of us. We're gonna fix it, and we're gonna fix it using the shit that he fucking hoarded. So all his luxurious clothes, all his accessories, were sold to be put back into the Roman piggy bank, basically. Which, but
she be empty.
She was very empty. She was an empty pig. But he makes one mistake, which is that he didn't give enough to the Praetorian Guard. So the Praetorians, they were like, yo, fund me.
You need the military on your side, babe.
You do. So at the end of his first month in power, the Praetorian Guard ask him for some money, and he says no. At the end of his second month in power, the Praetorian Guard tell him they need some money, or they'll kill him, and he says no. So the third month rolls around, And they stay true to their word, and they kill him. They kill Emperor Pertinax.
Straight off the back.
Straight off the back, 3 months into the role.
And
to the back, to the back. Now drink
They're
your
not
mother's.
pissing around with any sweetmeats or
No sweetmeats.
wrestling teachers.
Nope.
Just straight in
Straight
with the
in.
military guard.
Exactly. Murdered.
Oh, damn.
So Pertinax he's gone.
No more.
No more. And this is what will trigger a brutal round of civil wars and is known as the Year of the Five Emperors.
Oh, so everyone God, this is like Game of Thrones, isn't it, really?
I love history because every time we get into it, my first thought is like, this is Game of Thrones. It's
like Game of Thrones.
Like Game of Thrones. It's like, well, yeah, because they literally copied it. Oh, hilarious.
Yeah.
So the Year of the Five Emperors is upon us. So we've got 2. We've got Commodus and Pertinax. They're both dead. We know them. Basically, at the time of Rome, with its big old legions everywhere, it has the governors, a bit like, our friend Septimius, who's up near, Germany and the Danube. But there are 3 main contenders. Ding, ding, ding. So we have...
Please step up to the podium.
Contender number 1, Claudius Albinus. He was based in Britain. Claudius Albinus, his name is.
Oh.
Then we have Pescennius Niger who was in Syria. And of course, our homeboy, Septimius Severus, near the Danube.
Danube.
Yeah.
Wow, and these are all like generales.
Yeah, they're governors of legions. They're legionate governors.
Governors.
And they're
and they're all shipped around everywhere.
They're like, doing all my things. And then they're like, wait, he's dead? The race is on.
I mean, imagine all the courier guys that were just running across the world to get the news.
Literally. No breaking
news.
He's dead. Fuck. So, upon hearing the news, these 3 men all immediately declare themselves Emperor of Rome.
Ooh.
And the race is basically on, and it isn't a metaphorical one, young Maeve. Because the best way to ensure you become an Emperor of Rome...
They hot-foot it back to Rome.
...was to literally get yourself to the capital as soon as possible, which I just love. It's like we talk about, this massive, but it's literally, get there. Get square.
Yeah.
Get the senators
Bums on
behind
seats.
you. Bums on seats.
For sure. You need to speak to these people. You need to, you need to be there. You need to be...
Bums, it's the fucking, that thing. Pull a seat out and then you're like, musical chairs. Oh, Roman musical
but the
chairs.
chairs are like hundreds of miles away.
They are.
So the Danube's, I guess, not too far from Rome, right? Compared to Syria. I mean, our boy's got it.
She's on it.
Literally that.
Hop and a skip. So our guy, as you said, brilliantly, you really are. If anyone was wondering if you actually do listen to me during these hour and bit monologues, our guy Septimius' advantage is that he was closest to Rome. It would take about 4 days for him to get to the capital from where he was. Yeah, compared to...
On foot? Horseback? Carriage?
Horseback. So no carriage at the time. So apparently they actually killed horses from exhaustion trying to get there quickly. Awful.
Oh yeah, and you just change, don't you? You just
jump.
run them out.
Yeah, run them out. It's so awful. So can we please take a moment?
I think they did that for a long time.
Yeah.
I feel like even in medieval times that would be the thing.
I'd like to take a moment of silence for the horses, okay?
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, do you know what I remembered the other day? Maybe you haven't read it, but you should, and I'm going to re-listen to it.
What?
Black Beauty.
Black Beauty. No.
Black Beauty is such I mean, I don't remember it, so don't come for me if it's actually aged poorly, but it's so sad. So sad. Do you know the story?
No.
It's like set in Victorian Britain.
Yeah.
So in late 1800s, and it's written from the point of view of a horse. And he like is born into a lovely farm with his farmer and his mum, and he lives in a field and is happy. And then he gets sold, and ends up like pulling carriages in London. And then basically it's the story of his life where he's like sold around, mistreated, goes lame at one point. It's just like really, really harrowing. Like makes friends with other horses. Those horses die. Like, because same, like imagine the horses in London.
Yeah.
It was all carriages, right,
Yeah.
on the cobblestones. Like that fucked their legs and everything.
Oh my
you
God,
know,
of
and
course.
it's just, oh my God, I'm getting shivers. Just I think I was too
Baby.
young. Even then, it made me sad, and I kind of like wiped it from my memory.
Because it was too much.
But I want to revisit it because, oh my God, what an incredible like.
Can I ask you a question? Did the other horses ask why the long face?
I've been putting carriages in London.
I'm come all the way from Birmingham. Bless them.
Tired.
Honestly, horses.
Really good, and it's quite a short book. I'd recommend you try and pick it up or listen to the audio.
Oh yeah,
It's,
audiobook.
very, very special.
Wow, to have a narration from an equine.
Really interesting,
That's
and just
amazing.
then breaks your heart because
Yeah.
it puts you in the point
I mean,
of
they
view of-
truly are, you know, to speak to a horse ghost, you know, that knows all of its kinds, you know. I mean, let's not even start about chickens and cows. Oh,
pigeons.
pigeons! Abandoned pigeons. Let's take a second for
We
the
abandoned
pigeons.
the
We
pigeons.
abandoned them. They just
That's really sad.
There's a hell.
You know why I thought about Black Beauty is because we were looking up what Dalmatians were bred for, and they were war dogs.
War dogs.
Or at one point they were hunting dogs way back when, but they were used as war dogs and mainly to defend the territories of Dalmatia, which is
That sounds like a Breaking Bad episode.
yeah. And you can Google pictures, and it's like Dalmatians they've got like little satchels and little bags and stuff, and they had them in the trenches, and then they'd like send them out to, you know, like bring first aid to fallen soldiers out on the battlefield and stuff. And it's like, oh my God,
gosh.
little doggies. We don't deserve animals.
We
really don't.
we do
Croatia.
not deserve animals. There's a specific hell where we arrive and all the animals are just like what
Oh,
did you do to
no.
us? Yeah.
Not the rainbow. And actually, it's like they're all like,
Yeah, they're pissed.
You're
They're like, you
welcome
don't.
they're
My
pissed.
poor angels. So, yeah. Anyway, sorry. Small clip clop away from the old thing. But so, Septimius uses these brave, noble creatures to get there. The other guy who was about 2 weeks in Britain, 2 weeks away, and 3 weeks for the other guy too. So Septimius descends onto Rome, bringing 5 legions with him. They're all camped outside the town. He clip-clops in on, I imagine, a surviving tired horse, and walks into the Senate, his sword drawn, and declares, "I am the emperor."
Ooh, the drama.
So much
I love
drama.
it. I mean, but what about the Danube? He's just abandoned. He's like, you, legions, come with me.
Yeah,
We're needed in Rome.
Yeah, we need it in
Fuck
Rome, baby.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
We'll take it back afterwards. Well, fair enough.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. It's like, well, priorities, baby. We got to get Rome, or we won't have any. So
Well, there's not going to be a frontier to defend.
exactly. So to which all the editors are like, yeah, of course you are. No worry, babes. Gulp. Like, and with that, he becomes Rome's first North African emperor.
I love that for him.
Yeah,
Yay.
it's kind of cool. I mean, obviously, this guy is like any other war, greedy, crazy, violent leader. No one's good or bad in history, are they? But it's a pretty epic story. So his 2 rivals, though, are still in play, aren't they? So
What? They're still on their way?
yeah. So what he does next
damn.
is extra smart. Basically, he almost invents the keep your friends close and your enemies closer, and he makes Albinus, who is in Britain, his Caesar Jr. So basically his successor, a junior emperor designated successor, and then mounts a campaign, defeats and kills Pescennius Niger in the east.
Aha, nice.
One, you're my bestie. The other one, So, which
yeah.
makes sense because actually Britain is closer, keep the enemy closer, and keep Syria that's pretty far away, you know. Let's go and kill him once we've sorted out the people who are closest to us.
Fair enough, yeah.
But then, when he thinks all is starting to go well, he hears on the old Roman grapevine, wink wink, that Albinus has betrayed him and declared himself emperor again. And, on top of that, is on the march for the Roman capital and is already in Gaul, France.
Gaul? This is the Britain guy?
Yeah, so the Britain guy has come from France, while Septimius was in the east to Syria. So...
Oh, right, he didn't bring him with him.
No, he was like, you stay in Britain, send you a letter. Hey, babe, you're going to be my bestie. And he's like, yeah, no worries. Good luck killing Niger.
Fuck this guy. What is in Syria? Let's go.
Yalla,
I mean,
habibi.
fair dues. Like, you
Fair
know,
dues.
this could be another story if he did make
Yeah,
it.
Septimius would have absolutely done the same. I'm absolutely certain. So, Septimius has to do a freaking 360 and race back. Not only to Rome, but to face his enemy and stop him. So he races back through Turkey and they meet for an absolutely titanic battle, which is the Battle of Lugdunum, or, as we know her, Lyon. So,
No,
la bataille de Lyon.
Lugdunum.
Lugdunum, Kusteri.
Lugdunum. The Battle of Lyon. Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know the... Yeah, because... Oh, shit, fuck. Wow, because Gaul, right, was a thing with all the... Oh, shit, right? So what are we now? One something...
We are
something.
190, 193, 94, 195.
So that's like the Gaulois. I mean, when was Clovis? When did he convert to Christianity?
Oh, that was in 496 to 508.
Oh, way later.
Yeah, way
Okay.
later, I think, of the Franks.
So yeah, nothing to... Okay, fair enough. So we don't know what's going on in
We
Gaul.
don't really know what's going on in Gaul. Let's now go to our ancient Gaul correspondent. Yeah. So this battle is epic because there are 300,000 groups involved, which is only 30,000 less than all of Rome's military put together. This is the big...
Jesus.
Yeah, this is the biggest civil war battle in Roman history. So it's like 95% of Rome's entire military fighting each other, which is
That's wild.
pretty epic. All outside of Lyon.
There you go.
So, after 2 days of battle, Severus almost loses. He falls off of his horse twice and actually badly damages his leg, which would then give him gout, a little bit like Henry VIII later on. Gout queens.
You don't want gout. You don't
want your gout. But Severus ultimately wins and Albinus is beheaded. Bam. That's that sorted.
Okay. Wow. He made it.
He made
Fucking
it.
hell, that must have been a massive battle.
Huge battle. Big old battle. So then he does something very important, which he knows he's got to get Britain under control. Britain has always kind of been the bloody, spoilt brat of the children of Rome. It is hard to keep under its thumb. It's really tough. So he knows he knows just how important it is. So he starts rebuilding the legions, and he also decides he needs to do something even more grand and leave an undeniable mark. So he sends an order to the Londoners to build the Severn Wall of London, which you may know as the Roman Wall of London, which delineates the city of London.
No way.
Yep, the limits of one of today's biggest financial powerhouses in the world was created by North African Emperor Septimius Severus. How cool is that?
You, Septimius. That's
mad.
great. I mean, it's true what you said. Like, famously, Rome kind of not lost control, but they had this massive empire. But it's so fucking big that even the Roman, like the legions that were placed there, spent so long there that they kind of assimilated, right? Especially like definitely happened in Britain, and then you kind of, they're like, oh, I don't really even know what's going on in Rome, and just kind of live their own until actually they kind of just become part of the population. And when Rome falls, the Romans that are there is like, oh, well, I guess we're kind of like Roman Britain now. Yeah, well, but also like they just kind of were living their life. They don't really, because there was a point, I think, where the Roman Empire stopped, sending out massive campaigns, sending out new legions, sending out, and it was more like, oh, we have these territories now.
Yep, exactly
cool, and then it's like, well, actually, then they kind of just morphed into their own actual things. Same with Gaul.
Absolutely.
I guess. But that's like quite a bit later, I think, towards the end.
Yeah, and we will speak about it a bit later on. But basically, the whole idea when Rome got these countries is because, to a degree, the native people let themselves, be taken over in the way of the culture. It kind of they adapted to the culture as well. It's a bit like every couple of years we have a new government, don't we? And like people have been born in this empire, like descendants and descendants, your grandparents. It's like we're English in the Roman Empire, but so there's that kind of thing. We'll talk about.
And they weren't that structured, right? The society. It was more kind of a nomadic people, I suppose, with their own chieftains. I mean, there's Boudica famously and that kind of thing, but
famous who went up against them, and obviously there's their complete right to go against things, but Romans brought wine and
they
cats.
weren't as organized, right?
And that's
so
that's
they
what
didn't
they jumped
have
upon.
the manpower to go against, and it's
Exactly.
like, oh, all right, and they weren't there to the Romans to kill everyone either. They're just like, oh, we're taking you over, so it's like, well, I guess give us a bit of water and like some running water and better systems. Fair enough,
And that's the thing. Rome they needed the people to work for them because that's what made the money for the Roman Empire. It's exploiting the lands that they would take over. So these countries, like even Egypt, after being such an amazing, dynasties and dynasties of these amazing cultures, after a while, it just became a Roman province and the breadbasket of the Roman Empire. And all that these cultures and these countries were making, would just be shipped back to Rome. And it was that, that empire, the empire. So he made this, what's really cool about the London, or what's really fascinating, should I say, about the City of London wall, which, I go through every day, see it quite a bit, and I do, it's fantastic that we still have it, circling the inner part of our city. But he did it as a statement. It was not a defensive circuit at all. It was to remind the British province of what he could do if they didn't listen. So with that, he has now eliminated the threats to his empiracy, if you will. So let's talk about his reign for a bit. But first, I'm going to get another little bit of white wine. Sauvignon Blanc. I'm back, unless you hadn't heard.
Yeah, I heard.
Cheers. So, let's talk about Severus's reign. So, he is a military man through and through. He actually hates Rome and the senators. He would tell his sons later on, when I'm gone, please like each other, the military, and fuck everybody else, basically. He was a military man. He was like, fuck
so
politicians.
Not into all the frou-frou and the politics and the baths and the sweet fruits.
No. Strangle him like this, get what you want, and kill some horses to get what you want. Awful, awful.
Sad.
So just for that, he'll never be my friend. However, so for example, he's only ever in Rome about 4 times. And it's only a matter... Yeah, and it's only a matter... Once he's an emperor, it's only a matter of a couple months at a time. Which is ironic, because most of the layout of what we still see in Rome today, so the Palatine Hill, Monumental Arch, is all from Severan period and from his time.
Really?
The top bit of the Colosseum, Severan too.
Oh, I love like the history of big fat buildings like that were built in multiple
like
time frames
and stuff,
right? And like sometimes you can see depending on the detail, the the craftsmanship, the quality of the stone or whatever they're using, super interesting to be like, oh, and this expansion happened under this thing. And I think it can be so telling of the health of a regime.
Yes, because it's like, oh, well, that's the last bit, because that was the last dynasty, So everywhere he goes, he is monumentalized because people are basically scared of being sent to the arenas. So let's go back to your doc page, look at another photo. There's an image of him and his wife is actually much taller than him in this coin, which means she must have actually been taller than him in real life.
Okay.
So he was a short king, that's what we know. She seemed fantastic. And her name is Julia Domna, her name was. Julia Domna was a Syrian woman from a noble family, and they married in 187. And she was highly influential, and she influenced the state affairs, and helped him out a lot. So you can see her; she looks gorgeous, actually. And that's the two kids.
Why they do dirty on the eyes, though? I mean, they're a bit wonky.
Are they? Yeah, they are a little bit. Hers or all of theirs?
Well.
A little bit. Well,
hers.
Yeah.
No, all of them.
Yeah.
Well, what can you do?
They were better at flushing toilets than they were at doing eyes. I mean, but interesting how.
Well, he's giving. He's looking up into the light, but she's like.
Yeah, she is kind of staring and pretty. Yeah, that's true. And look how one of the sons is crossed out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why did he die? Was he disowned?
You'll find out.
Oh.
So, yeah, we think that she was probably taller than him. And, yeah, he's very brutal and greedy, which is what makes him a monumental warrior emperor, to be honest. And it seems he is restless because after the great battle of Lugdunum, of Lyon, he turns his eyes east. So, what's important to know, so Augustus, the first emperor, right? When you were an emperor, you were called Augustus. You were Emperor Augustus. And he established this model of what a good emperor should be, which was military success, expansion, stability, and bringing glory to Rome. So every later emperor who took the title Augustus, became emperor, was effectively claiming to follow in his footsteps. So they were like, we need to, for me to be remembered, I need to have this, legacy. And so what he decides to do to make himself known and make sure his legacy isn't forgotten is to take on the Parthian Empire. So modern day Eastern Syria, Iraq and Iran. And it's arguably Rome's biggest rival at any moment in history. Like they are...
Oh, really? The Eastern Front?
The Eastern Front.
Well, because, I mean, I don't know much about the Parthian or anything in that realm, but I'd hasten to guess that they're slightly more organised than they were in Europe at that time.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So it's two great empires against each other. Absolutely.
Exactly, yeah.
Compared to more kind of smallish tribes around Germania and stuff. So many Roman leaders in the past have tried and failed to get, to get control of the Parthians. So it was known as the graveyard of Roman emperors. But Severus launched successions of rapid, aggressive campaigns into Mesopotamia and ultimately breaks the Parthians. And after the decisive battle of Ctesiphon in 197 CE, Severus wins. He wins.
Wow.
And expansion. And so when Septimius Severus went to war in the east and defeated the Parthians, he wasn't just trying to become Augustus, he was trying to match those expectations. And I would like you to go back to your document because now I have the Roman Empire under Septimius Severus.
Oh, perfect. I love a map.
Yeah, we've got big old map babies. So...
Okay.
all of that, all the things in colour, even the green, that's
massive,
the Parthian. It's
yeah.
huge. You've
From
got
Britain all the way
to Iran, down to Lower Egypt. You've got modern day Morocco and Algeria and Tunisia and, you know, all of the Southern Empire, France, I mean, Italy, all the way up to, you know, today's Switzerland, blah,
up
blah,
to
blah.
the Danube.
You see that Danube? You see her, girl?
I see her.
Yeah. So Septimius Severus commanded more legions than any other emperor before or after, and extended territories to Syria, modern Iraq, and North Africa.
So this is literally like the height of the Roman Empire.
Exactly.
Wow.
The height and expansion, absolutely. And
sure.
Did you know about him?
No, but as I said, I didn't know about much.
Well, but as you said,
I don't know, and it's true. All you hear about is
Caligula,
the Caesar, Nero,
Caesar
Caligula, that thing. But the empire itself actually is, all a bit conflated and confusing.
Now that we're breaking board, and this is why we exist.
All right, Miley Cyrus.
Let me swap my fucking wig. So the next thing he does, well, he parades through these homelands, going through Egypt, Algeria, where today you can still find many monuments to him. Basically, they would find out he was coming through and they'd be like, fuck, we need to build something quick. And then he'd arrive and be like, oh my God, you guys, you shouldn't have.
For me?
For me?
Oh. Para me?
Para me?
I don't know what.
No.
Per me, I guess.
Per me, I guess.
don't know. I don't speak Italian, but I can.
You do. It is per me, but I guess it was, Latina. So he also had a type of monument named after him called a Septisonian, which was basically a gigantic public water feature about 10 stories high. And it would be the first thing you'd see as you approach Palatine Hill in Rome.
Wow.
And there was some in North Africa as well. These massive fountains, Septisonians. That was
loved a water feature.
He did. So there was also, not only in North Africa, as far as Roman Leicester.
Leicester,
your
homeland of my papa.
The land of your patriarch.
Yeah, that's where I hail from.
Yes, your patron, your great patron Paul.
My great patron.
Yeah, so Roman Leicester, which, can you imagine Roman Leicester? Mad.
Well, I guess.
So, what's next? This is where we're getting into the notes bit, all right? So please, everyone, bear with me. I'm kind of rereading it as I read it, all right? There's a poet named Horace who had written a poem basically saying an emperor will only be remembered as a god if they conquer the pesky Persians and the Brits. So, with one of those ticked off, Septimius turns to face the UK, specifically the north of the UK. So the north and unconquered far north of the UK, as well as the west, is really different from Roman provinces. It was like the Wild West of the Roman Empire, right? So they had the UK for hundreds of years, but there was always with the Boudicas and all the barbarians that we haven't quite managed to get hold of and make them understand that we're giving you cats and wine. Like, just let us take your taxes and your wheat. Come on, guys, you know. Yeah. We've got Roman mail and we've made roads. Like, what else do you want? Basically, to paraphrase an empire. So in 207 AD, BCE, Severus gets word from a governor in Britain that there's trouble. The whole province is about to be overrun, and he's like, we need you or reinforcements. So he sends both. He goes to York.
Hey,
yep.
We love York.
We love York. And he takes his whole family, a good chunk of the Senate as well as lots of money from the piggy bank, and makes York the imperial capital of Rome.
The fuck? Bloody hell. They're like, right, we're moving, guys.
Guys, this is where the problems are. Because that's the thing. Rome was a political entity more than a location, if you will. Wow, I'm quite proud of myself for that sentence.
If you will.
I sound like I knew what I'm fucking going to talk about.
Sound like a historian.
Guess what? They invented the Yorkshire pudding.
Fuck off. They didn't. No, what do you mean?
No,
You
they
lie.
didn't. I just had to write it down. Well,
That's great.
so by this time,
You'll be getting letters.
I'll be getting letters. That's for sure. Dickhead, you're fucking wrong. You're a wrong'un. So by this time too, he's made sure all of those in the legate, in his legate, you know, the legate, his people in the government basically are North African. So that's the one thing. He was super proud of being North African, and he made sure everyone in the government was also North African. And he accrues an army of 50,000 men, and it's the largest force to ever campaign in Britain. So this man loves a superlative because it's like biggest battle in Lughnabum, largest force, biggest fucking wall in London.
You took it all.
Yeah, so fun fact, it wasn't until the 1900s that Hadrian's Wall was known as such. Before, it was known as the Severan Wall because he helped rebuild it. And there were so many markings about how he'd rebuilt it, people thought he'd made it.
Oh,
so it's not until
appropriating king.
Yeah, he was. So the Hadrian's Wall was that the kind of the border of what the UK had been, conquered by. And so he's in York, he's ready.
What?
Sorry.
What the UK had been... Would it be the UK?
No, Britain. It was Britannia's Maximus.
England?
No,
Britannian.
Britain.
Yeah, Britannia, I guess, wasn't it?
So Britannia was delimitation? What word am I looking for?
Delimité.
It was bordered. It was cut off.
It was the northernmost border of Britannia, right?
Exactly. Under Roman rule was the Hadrian's Wall. But everyone thought for a good couple hundred years that Severus made that wall because so much of the markers were like, I rebuilt it. So historian Simon Elliott, author of The African Emperor, The Life of Septimius Severus, which I shout out to the podcast by Dan Snow on history, where I listened to, where I got a lot of this info from. Really good. So his take on why Rome never really managed to take over the far north of the UK and Scotland, or Britannia and Scotland. Basically, Rome had provinces to take money from the places, but they needed the local people to play along to a degree. And he thinks the Scots they weren't interested. They were like, nah, we're not becoming your pawns.
Tracks.
Literally. So in 209, 2 years after he arrives and makes York the old capital, he launches the first of his campaigns from York northwards. So his sons and wife Julia stay in York to run the empire. Severus, because that's the thing, he would go and he'd be right, on the front. He loved fighting,
yeah.
Severus takes 50,000 men through the Scottish borders and they eviscerate everything in front of them. Sad face. I put a sad face. So they really fuck up the kind of the Scottish peoples, and it's not a good time. They get to modern Edinburgh or Firth and basically build around 700 boats to then kind of like go and do it. So it's not big warfare. It's all kind of guerrilla. They're like using the landscape. At the end of 209, he thinks he's won because the Scottish natives, agree to a peace. He takes the name Britannicus. Coins are minted to show he's been victorious. He goes back to York and he's like, I don't need to go as far north right to the end. I've got the Scottish people. And he believes he's done what no other emperor has been able to do, taken over the Scottish lands. But over the winter, the native Scots realise the Romans aren't going home and they rebel, which makes Severus go absolutely mad. He launches a second campaign, but this time he'd fallen ill, so he doesn't go himself. He tells his soldiers to kill everyone they come across, even the babies in their mother's wombs.
Oh my God.
Awful. And the whole campaign is repeated, and it appears basically that a genocide took place because when you look at the population decrease over the next few decades in the modern Scottish lowlands, there's a huge population decrease. So he genocided the Scottish lowlands.
Come on.
Yeah, get a life.
That's...
Literally, fuck off. Don't be a twat. Like, not nice. So at the end of this second campaign, they had kind of won, really. And he had gone further than anyone else. But it didn't really help because he's back in York and it's winter time. And this man is ill and he's freaking cold. He's an African warrior. And he's not doing well.
He's in York.
He's in York.
I mean, you know. Oops.
So he's not doing well. And in February 211, the mighty warrior, born in the heat of a North African spring, dies in the freezing British cold in what is today the Undercroft of York Minster.
So we saw his tomb.
So if you've been there, like we've stood exactly where he died.
Fuck me. And so there you go. That is a typical example of when I would start to try and understand the timeline of the Roman Empire. And I remember now we were there, we were like, oh, there's a Roman emperor buried here.
Yep.
And we'd be like, oh, what's going on in Rome at that time? What's a quick timeline? Is this the emperor? Is this? And I completely forgot. Oh my gosh, she kept that one quiet. That's amazing.
I thought, you know what? That would be perfect. When I heard that, I was like, this is perfect, Maeve.
Wait, you didn't know? Is this not like...
I found out during my research.
It's not when we went that you thought, oh, I'm going to find out about this guy.
Nope.
Oh my God, I love.
Mm-hmm. I think that deserves an olive, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I say tuna.
Mm-hmm. So the Minster in York. Who'd have thought it? Shout out to Meggie Love. We had a lovely weekend in York with Weathertron and Meggie Love. And we went on the...
Maeve. Meggie Love and Wes. Is that their couple name? Mez.
Mez. Exactly. It's their couple name. Mez. And we went on the old Roman wall, didn't we, too? All makes sense.
Place.
Gorgeous.
Absolutely beautiful.
Exactly. No wonder they named a bloody New York after it.
Minster wasn't built then already, surely.
It was. There's
Maeve, it would have been a Roman church. It would have been a Roman church. Oh, but there's like a crypt underneath.
It's a crypt.
Sure. Yeah. Because they always build on the same,
famously.
Ruins of old churches.
Exactly. Remember when we went down into the crypt and then it said, here are the old Tingmalings. So he...
Yeah, and the big Santa Maria... Not Santa Maria, fucking... something Maria de Croce. The big... my crotch.
Santa Maria de Croce.
The Duomo in Florence is much of the same. You can also go underneath the cathedral, and there is also Roman foundations of that they excavated.
This is the second time on one of our podcast episodes that you've said Duomo, and I love when you say Duomo.
Duomo. Well, technically the Duomo is the top of it, right? That's oh yes, because we were talking about the fresks.
Yeah, and you were like, if you think that's kind of crazy stuff, look at the fresks on the bloody Duomo. Call them fucking...
What can I say? I loved the Duomo.
She loves her Florence.
But it's Santa Maria de Fiore or something like that. It's not even
like
de Croce. Santa Croce is a different church.
Yeah,
I'm remembering, and it's something de Fiore.
Fantastic. De Fiore just makes me think of cheese. Don't it?
I agree. Yeah.
Oh, I had a lovely cheese night the other day. Such great cheese.
Oh,
didn't that look good?
Your spread looked amazing. That baked bread with the cheese and the bacon.
Ruben, that's all. Ruben, obrigado, Ruben. Thank you so much. It was brilliant. Not to get a Portuguese in the kitchen, you know, but yes, absolutely. So back to our cheeky Severus. So at the time of his death, that thing when he told on his deathbed, he thought that's when he told his sons, like each other, be friends, like the military, fuck everyone off. So at that time, he thinks he's ticked these two things off: Parthian Empire, Britain. He's got a healthy succession in his two sons, but it all goes wrong very quickly. Again, it's Game of Thrones, Maeve. It's fucking The next bit is so Game of Thrones. So Severus is cremated, his ashes are put into a blue urn, and his sons separately run back to Rome squabbling. Severus wanted them to co-lead, basically, but they
that would never work.
yeah, and they hated each other.
No.
Caracalla had Gita killed.
Carackling.
Crackling. Caracalla? I hardly know her.
Perfect. Oh, shit. Fuck, sorry.
That's all right. Here's nothing.
So
Caracalla. Caracalla.
The Kraken. Wow. And what's the other one called? Gita.
Caracalla and Gita. Yeah, Gita.
He's really called Gita.
Geeta.
Sorry.
No, don't. They should be apologising. So,
Gita.
Caracalla has Gita killed, bleeding to death in their mother's arms.
Oh,
Ils avaient aucune. They were like,
mother.
they don't care. Oh, hey, mum. Hey, bro.
no respect.
No respect.
Oh,
Fucking talk about.
Gita.
Someone brought Brexit up at a Christmas party and.
Well, yeah.
Poor
At Les
Gita.
Armes Blanches.
Yeah. However, Caracalla becomes emperor, but then he would later be assassinated, peeing up a tree. Having a piss, taking it out, looking up at the stars. Look how this
And
shine.
someone whacked his sweetmeats.
Whacked him with some sweetmeats around the back of the head. And bam, just like that, Severus's succession lineage was ended, was gone. All the work he put into. Not only that, neither of the kids cared about Britain whatsoever. So after his father genocided a whole people, they were like, okay, bye, run back to Rome like our father does. And
This is it. And then they just left
Yep,
it, right? And
exactly.
left a few people there to be like, oh, all right. Well, I guess we're Britons.
exactly.
now.
And yeah, exactly. And just like another former emperor called Agricola, who also was once thought to have conquered the north, well, once political imperative had gone, freed themselves from Roman rule, all the people and the empire's delimitations were brought back to Hadrian's Wall. That's the word, delimitation. Delimitation for the nation. So he died thinking he had done what he set out to do, and thought he'd become more than an emperor, but a god. But in the end, he was actually rather forgotten from history. And that, Maeve, is the story of North African Roman Emperor Septimius Severus.
Septimius, I love.
What a
Thank
great
you.
story, huh?
I'm going to ask Quentin afterwards if he knows anything about Septimius, being a boy and being someone who thinks about the Roman Emperor.
Yes, and do you know what?
No, also he likes coins. You know, he collects coins.
That's what I was going to say.
So when you were like, you said, oh, they stamped some new coins to, you know, I bet those coins, should any be found, are worth a fucking fortune.
So much.
Because, right?
That
And then
showed-
you've got others towards the full. So there are some, oh, I can't remember what they're called, but they're like the ones that are in the market the most, there are the most of, were like during the fall of the Roman Empire or roundabouts, because there was so much inflation, they were just stamping coins out like crazy, right?
Literally.
But there are some of particular emperors which are like super rare. So I'll ask him. Septimius?
Septimius Severus. Snape.
Severus. Yep. I had to refrain from
I can't
saying
wait
that the whole
to
episode.
be like, no. And then you'll be like, well, faut que t'écoutes le podcast. You need to listen to the podcast.
Yeah, and he went.
What?
No, sorry, that's bad
No.
advertising, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure he'd love it.
To listen to the podcast. Yeah, he'll love it. He'll listen to it.
Mais oui. What a crazy story, though. I mean, like, yeah, it's so cool to see. Because I'm not going to lie, I definitely also, you know, with all the marbles, you know, the white marbles, you see a face and you forget that the Roman Empire extended, you know, all across the Mediterranean. And
So much. And so, yeah. And it would have been massively diverse.
yeah.
Yeah, crazy. And all the clothes, because they painted them, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like
Yeah, that's the thing.
A brain explosion. The marble would have been painted. It would have
Literally,
had colour.
massive brain explosion. I love
And we're
that.
like, oh, they all just did like white marble stuff. And it's like, no.
No.
It would have been like,
So, wow.
it's popping.
Like, it's just crazy, isn't it? I love that about history, where you're like, I never thought I'd be talking about a North African born in Western Libya, in York, making it the Roman
In York, that's
capital.
wild.
Like that is a fucking quiz question. You know,
Yeah.
what modern day British city was once, you know, a Roman capital? York, baby.
I had no idea about this. York, baby.
Mm-hmm. So this one,
Shout out to York. That's amazing. And just, I mean, this is why I guess it's so famous, right? The Roman Empire. 'Cause it's fucking massive and it spanned so many different
she's never ending.
cultures.
Exactly. And when you think of, yeah, it's crazy. And like, just, yeah, it's all people you can just, it's what am I saying?
Huh?
It's never ending, like that sentence. Sorry. It's literally never ending. So yeah, that was him. And actually, I don't think I did too bad ad-libbing off those notes
No,
at
well
the end.
done. You did well. You ad-libbed well.
Thank you. That's brilliant. Okay, well, thank you everyone for listening at home. Thank you, Maeve, for being my lovely
Thanks for
guest.
having me back.
Yes, she will. We're not going to do a mini bard for this one because we need to eat. These bards need to feed themselves. But Maeve, what moment, person, thing would you toast to in this episode? What did you really like?
I mean, I think I have to give it to the sweet fruits.
The sweetmeats.
Sweetmeats. Sweet fruits.
Sweet fruit.
Sweet girl.
It's just sweet anything.
Sweetmeats. Because, no, and like wider so the sweetmeats, but just that chaotic assassination attempt. You never knew where you were. The sweetmeats didn't work. He got killed by the wrestler hiding behind the curtain.
Narcissist.
I mean,
what happened to him?
Sweated it out in the bath.
Literally.
You can't make it
Boozing
out.
all day.
And
that is brilliant.
I loved that story. Excellent.
Such a real human. Like,
yeah.
makes you think these people were just like complete chaotic humans, doesn't it? That kind of anecdote.
I know, so chaotic. They could just like kill people and just be like, okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go
literally
strangle him from behind the curtain.
Guys, we're on his list to be thrown into the lions. Well, we're gonna kill him then. Like, yeah. Love that.
I mean, I do like that. You know, that's such a kind of good plot for something, isn't it?
That's
where
true.
It's like you got to get in there first.
Love
so
that.
shout out to that, and I did love the reveal about where he's buried. You know.
Yeah.
Shout out York Minster.
Shout out to York Minster. Love that. I would cheers and toast to the horses. To the horses of Rome.
Oh, sweet baby.
Sweet babies.
Horses.
Cheers to them. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh. And then
Cheers,
if you could ask him any question, what would you ask him? Or what would you want to know? Yeah, what would you ask him? He's right in front of you. He's sat there eating some sweetmeats.
I was going to say, what do sweetmeats taste like? How are your sweetmeats?
How are your sweetmeats, sir? They're
Which
a bit
ones?
bitter. Yeah, innit? How I would ask him how.
Does your wife like your sweetmeats?
I would ask him, how hot do you like your bath?
Oh yeah, that's a great question.
Off the
Love
fly.
that. Well, as hot as they could get. I mean, I don't think they had hot running water, did they? So I guess they'd take what they could get.
No, but they
boil it.
No, they did though. That was the whole point, wasn't it? The Roman baths, hot baths, because they used the how the people of Aquae Solis kept warm baths, built around Britain.
But they'd heat the bath.
Yeah, they'd
would
heat
they
it,
not?
thermal, ting. Hot rooms with underfloor heating, yeah, mystical waters, underfloor heating.
So it wouldn't, warm.
I guess they'd
Constantly warm.
fire.
It wouldn't get cool. What's excellent is it wouldn't get cold. So you wouldn't need to do it boiling hot because you don't lose temp. So you're just constantly in a hot bath.
I love that.
Oh, yeah.
My dream.
I'd take a
Float
bath.
me. Just let me float. I love that.
Amazing.
Well, on that note, thanks again for being on the podcast, Maeve. We love you, and it was so nice to come back and explore Rome. This is our first Roman story.
More Rome. I love.
Let's go. All right, then. Thanks, everyone listening at home, and tune in for another episode of Breaking Bad. Goodbye.
Bye.
Romans. Yay.
Romans.
Rome. Sweetmeats.
Sweetmeats.
Ka-da-ding. Now that we're breaking
Ding dong.
bad. Now that we're breaking bad.